Hi once again. Not far from the other telephone I put up yesterday, the Aster 72. This has also come out of the same stable in Poland. Just pure chance that was the next phone I picked up from the cupboard where I've got this in. In fact, I didn't even realise I had this one. It appears it was quite a popular phone in Poland. Nice compact, more or less very similar to the Dutch and German desk phones, and also the phone used in Australia. All had the same sort of size and physical features, being more or less the same. Now this one, as I say, is very, very similar to the one I showed yesterday. I'll show you a quick underside before we go into details. You can see that, I don't know, let's have a little look. There's what's on it. You've got Elektrim Telkom RWT, which is the maker. You've got a date there, 11/1979. That obviously is when this phone was made. CB 740. And a number appearing there as well. Exactly the same type of bell or ringer on the previous phone I showed. There's the control. Anyway, let's turn it back over. There's the ringer itself. I think I've got it turned to the minimum. As I say, if the bell's not working properly, I will adjust it. You adjust it so the when it's on maximum sound, the hammer that hits the gong hits it but lifts straight off, so you don't get a dull effect of the ring or the ting. Look at that. I think it's okay. It's probably because it's wound up to be turned to minimum. You can see the adjuster down there. The bell, I'm pretty sure it's the same bell set. It looks very much the same as the phone I put up yesterday. I took the dial off so you can see more about it. You've got your Cradle Switch, which is once again very similar to the example I showed yesterday. You've got the anti-side tone induction coil transformer. Terminations, nice screwed with spade contacts. Much better, as I said yesterday, than those horrible press-on things. It seemed to press-on things were made to reduce the cost. I'm sure it was cheaper to put a little push-on clip than a nice machine screwed. Very few components in there. See the capacitors, resistors. Got two capacitors, a resistor on there. And I think that device probably is an anti-click. This little device there, probably anti-click, which is wide across the receiver. There was one on the other phone that I showed yesterday. It's basically two diodes, sort of back to back, I suppose you could say. Anyhow, let's have a look at the dial. I took the dial out. Let's have a little look. Once again, this is I'm pretty sure the same dial as on that other phone, and it's licensed by FASI Standard. FASI Standard obviously licensed this dial to be made by RWT, the maker of the phone, in Poland. And you've got the name there, made in Poland. What a nice dial. Some nice bits of metal in there. See all the ins and outs. So I would say a typical dial for this phone. Turning him over, there's what you've got. The case, as I say, very, very similar case to the European, as I say, the Dutch or the German, or in fact the Australian one. You've got your name on there with their like little trademark. There is nothing inside telling the diagram. What I have noticed is a bit of the plastic has been, looks like it's been broken off there. Down there, I can't even see where the other bit screws into it. Looks like that's been unfortunately broken off years ago, and the bit of plastic is not even in there to glue back on it. I'll shake the basis in case it's inside, but it looks like that's what's happened there. Someone has obviously over tightened it and broke the piece of plastic off. Great pity. Mind you, the phone seems to sit in there okay, but there are, as I say, you can't have everything perfect. I don't know where I got this one from. Only a few years. And that's more or less all I've got to say. Oh, let's adjust that bell. I've moved that round. In fact, it's made it worse. It's made it worse. Obviously turned it off by doing that. Yes, the bell is definitely needs a little bit of TLC to adjust it right, but no problem. The adjuster seems to work, but the bell needs adjusting. This is by turning the gongs round, because the centre is not centre. It's slightly off, so as you turn the bell you either move away from the hammer or move too close to the hammer. As I said before, it should just give a nice ting and a clean ting. Now I'll show the handset. Typical handset with the inserts. Inserts are made by a company called Tonsil, which I believe was the same name as on the other phone I showed yesterday, made by Tonsil. Seemed to be quite effective. Nice and clean, so it's nice and neat. Anyhow, I think that's more or less all I've got to say. Termination is on 3 wires. White, green, red. Some of these phones in fact had earth calling, or rather it lit up. There was a light in there. When the phone rang it would light up a little neon but not in this case. But I know I have seen them advertised on eBay and online. So yeah, it's quite a neat little phone. I think that's all I've got to say about this. The main moan was the fact that that bit of plastic's broken. I'm hoping I can find it lodged inside here somewhere, but if not, no problem. You always glue stuff back. If you haven't got the bit, you can't glue it back. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Any comments please make. Oh, by the way, someone asked on my last video, do I ever find stuff when I open up the cases? And in all honesty, no, not a thing. Mind you, can find a bit of dust or a bit of dirt, but anything of value, no, you don't find. I've never found any money in these or anything like that. I've had the occasional shock where, as I showed you with that phone from Hungary, all the innards was, all the wiring had been removed and had been messed about. But all the while you've got access to diagrams, you can normally work them out to find out how to put them back. Anyhow, before I start rambling, driving you all to sleep, I'm going to shut up and put this one up on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Any comments please make. Thank you.